Your American hero, G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle.
It's rankings time again, and unsurprisingly, it's all 1985 G.I. Joe vehicles. We're in the middle of the golden age of the toy line, so expect some high praise.
But don't worry, I'm sure I can find a few things to complain about.
As usual, we're doing this alphabetically, mostly, with the Joe and Cobra vehicles all on one list.
So let's get to it.
First up is a fully armed and operational battle station, the Air Defense. On its own, I'm inclined to call it bland, but I'm promoting it to the good tier because it's one of those toys that really enhances a G.I. Joe headquarters or other command center you might have set up. It's nice as something to add to other stuff, but not that impressive on its own.
Speaking of not being impressive,
Next is the ammo dump. You'd think I'd give it the same break as the Air Defense, but it's so boring. Plus, the missiles don't have holes in them, so they don't work with most vehicles. That almost puts it in the bad tier, but I'll settle for just bland.
next is the cute little tank that everybody could afford.
The Armadillo. It isn't all that impressive, but could carry 3 figures and was great for kids who couldn't afford the bigger vehicles, so that earns it a place in the good tier. The Striker is our first acronym, and it stands for All Weather and Environment, which isn't too bad. By the way, several of you have commented that the real US military loves using dumb forced acronyms, so G.I. Joe is just copying that.
Thanks, that was actually some neat info.
Anyway, the Striker is really cool. I'm in, awe of it. It looks great and has like real suspension. It is a bit fragile though, and the cannon can get loose over time. That keeps it out of the best tier, but I'll put it in the first place in the good one. Instead of saving it for last, I'll deal with this year's battle gear now. The choice of accessories is okay enough, but that choice of colors on some of them, like that weird green and stupid red, drops this right into the ugly side of the bad or ugly tier.
The next one was never released in Belgium.
I only got the bomb disposal a few years ago, and it's uniquely charming. It's the only vehicle I can think of that doesn't have any weapons. Okay, it came with some mines and a bomb, but it's meant to dispose of them. The vehicle adds some really nice world building to G.I. Joe, and so goes into the good tier. The bridge layer, also never released in Belgium, is a difficult one. It's cool, but weird. Yes, I know it's a real vehicle, but the real thing is weird too. It's also world building, but I can't get over how strange it is. So, after thinking about it for quite a while, I'm putting it in the weird tier. As for the Cobra bunker,
It's another difficult one.
it looks cool inside and out, but it's only half a toy. Half the bunker is missing, so you need 2 of them to make it look great. Or put it against a wall or something, I guess. Still, I can't call it bad. And while looking like you're missing 50% of it is a little weird, I'll still put it in the good tier.
Okay, this one is short and quick.
In the first vehicle ranking, I put the Mobat in the good tier after much soul searching, so the Cat or Crimson Attack tank goes in there too. If these were in the same year, the Cat would be in a higher position than the Mobat in that tier, just because the color scheme is more interesting. It's not all that crimson though. The Checkpoint or Checkpoint Alpha is another cool little world-building battle station. Another one you can put in front of your G.I. Joe base. It works even better in conjunction with the Watchtower, so into the good tier it goes.
Another cool little vehicle.
And spiritually like the Armadillo is the Ferret, though it's got more play value and parts to lose. It's a very nice ATV and a fast strike weapon for Cobra, so it goes into the good tier, which is getting more and more crowded. Okay, officially this is the Cobra Flight Pod, but we all know it's the Trouble Bubble. Yeah, weird tier and slam dunk in fact. And I need to remind you that the official name is the good but weird tier, as I do love the Trouble Bubble, though it does have a tendency to fall apart. Next is the Forward Observer Unit, and it's a tent and a mortar, basically.
Not that interesting.
Plus, the tent is just a little too small for my liking. I guess it's world building too, but not enough to make it cool, so into the bland tier it goes. Now we come to the Mauler MBT or Manned Battle Tank.
Aren't all tanks manned? Drones weren't really a thing in the 80s.
Unlike the previous tank that could move on its own, the Mobat, the Mauler looks a lot cooler and more unique. Still, I had to think long and hard regarding where to put it. I think my envy is enough to put it in the best tier, since it was never released in Belgium and I always wanted one.
Seriously, I am gonna do a video about all the cool stuff I missed out on.
Next is the Moray or Cobra Hydrofoil, and holy crap, this thing rocks! It's huge, has a ton of play value, and looks freaking awesome and intimidating. Yeah, best tier, no doubt, and the easiest decision for this year. The night landing is, well, it's a rubber boat. I was thinking to quickly chuck it into the bland tier, but the accessories it came with do give it some extra charm. It's also a cheap alternative for anybody who couldn't afford a Moray, so I'll allow it into the good tier.
The next thing isn't a vehicle really, just a very specific accessory pack.
It's the mail-in parachute pack with working parachute. It's cool for kids and adults to throw it off the roof, I guess, but they should have just included it with ripcord the year before. It has some of his gear anyway. As a toy, it's fun but bland, so that's where it goes. And the Cobra rifle range is gonna join it. It's okay and a little world building, but nothing special. It's also hilarious that Cobra has a rifle range, since in the cartoon they had the shooting accuracy of stormtroopers. The Silver Mirage motorcycle is annoying. It looks good, but it's no RAM and it's hate-inducingly fragile. The thing will fall apart if you breathe near it, and some parts are very prone to breaking. All that means is you couldn't really play with it, so it deserves to be in the worst tier. Also, what the hell was up with that weird backpack? Next is the SMS or Cobra Sentry and Missile System. It's a Sears exclusive repaint of the HISS and MMS in red. It's a HISS tank with extra firepower.
You guys know me, right? You know where this is going.
Yeah, best tier, all hail King HISS. No, not that one. Though, for the HISS I like black better, so it's not in first place.
I can be very brief with this next one.
It's the Snake Armor from 1983, only in blue. So it gets the same spot and goes into the good tier. The Snowcat is iconic, no wonder HasLab is making a classified version, and it's really cool. It avoids being bland like some other cold weather toys by being awesome in every way. Another easy pick for the best tier.
Okay, once again we're nearly there.
The Transportable Tactical Battle Platform is one I'm not gonna be objective about. You see, this was the first big G.I.Joe playset I got as a kid, and I used it as my G.I.Joe headquarters. Because of that nostalgia, I'm putting it in the best tier and not the good one.
And you can't stop me because it's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Next is the Weapon Transport.
And hold your horses, alphabet lovers. Yes, I know, trust me, it's coming.
It's another world builder, but it's pretty weird. Why does it have a gun? Why does it just have one bomb to transport? Okay, it's not called Weapons Transport, but still. I feel this thing could have been better, and it even looks weird, so into that tier it goes.
And finally...
Yes, of course we're gonna end with the USS flag. How could I not keep this for last? It's legendary, it's iconic, and it's freaking huge. It's also impossible to place on this tier list.
How the hell do I classify this thing?
It's a playset the size of a coffee table. Look, obviously best tier is an option. It's a holy grail for G.I. Joe collectors and kids back in the day. But it was so friggin' expensive even back then. And I do take cost into account for these rankings, so does that demote it to good? Plus, isn't it weird that this thing even exists? Hasbro said, yep, we're gonna build a G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, and parents said, yep, we're gonna buy that. It's weird for just being a real thing you could buy. So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cheat here and put it in its own category just called flag. It's the best, it's good, and it's weird.
Deal with it.
And there you have it, all 25 G.I. Joe vehicles from 1985 ranked. Damn, there were only slightly more figures than vehicles that year. It was a good time to be a G.I. Joe kid.
Okay, now go yell about my USS flag bullcrap in the comments below. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody, and hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing.
G.I. Joe!